Have you ever felt like something is happening behind the scenes of your life, as if an invisible self is trying to show you the way? You're not imagining things. In fact, there's a higher version of you operating beyond time and space, desperately trying to guide you toward success. The problem is that many people ignore these signs or react too late, missing out on unique opportunities for transformation and personal growth. If you feel that things around you happen with synchronicity, or that certain discomforts in your life are not mere coincidences, it's because something greater is at play. Your higher self is sending messages, whether through dreams, intuitions, or even that strange feeling when you walk into a room. The issue is that in the rush of daily life, we let these signs go unnoticed, losing the chance to align our energies and fulfill our cosmic mission. In this video, we'll explore how to identify these signs and, more importantly, how to respond to them before it's too late. If you've ever questioned your growing sensitivity or the spiritual purpose behind your experiences, stay with me. Together, we'll uncover how this version of yourself is trying to open doors that can completely change your reality. Imagine a version of yourself that isn't bound by the limitations of time and space. That is your higher self, a consciousness that already knows all the possibilities of your journey and works tirelessly to guide you toward your spiritual purpose. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes feel as if something greater is pushing you to change, even when you don't understand it? That's your connection to your higher self, operating as an invisible mentor, aligning you with personal growth and the fulfillment of your cosmic mission. Think of the higher self as a spiritual compass. While you navigate life's uncertainties, it uses vibrations and energies to guide you. For instance, that intuition that seems to come out of nowhere, like a whisper telling you to try something new or avoid a certain situation, is no coincidence. It's your higher self communicating. Cultivating spiritual practices, such as meditation and stillness, helps tune you to this force, allowing the signs to become clearer and more consistent. This communication goes beyond an intuitive feeling. It manifests in specific moments in life, like significant encounters or persistent feelings that cannot be ignored. This reveals that living disconnected from this elevated version of yourself is like walking in the dark. However, there are clear signs that help establish this connection, and they often appear in surprising ways, as we'll see next. Have you ever looked at the clock and seen repeated numbers like 1111, or met someone just as you were thinking about them? These are not trivial coincidences, but clear signs that the universe is trying to get your attention. The higher self uses synchronicities as a spiritual language, aligning external events with your inner needs to lead you to reflections and choices that foster transformation and personal growth. These subtle messages may seem confusing at first, but become clearer as you learn to decipher them. Imagine that after deciding to make a significant change, you start noticing recurring patterns, like butterflies crossing your path or phrases that repeatedly appear in different contexts. These manifestations are the universe conspiring to show you that you're on the right track. Keeping a journal of these moments can help you identify patterns and understand how they connect to your spiritual purpose. And it's not just numbers or coincidences that carry these messages. Even songs, dreams, or unexpected advice from strangers can provide answers. The key is to pay attention and trust that these signs have a purpose. When you open yourself up to seeing these synchronicities, you realize that every event is a piece of the puzzle, aligning you with the vibrations and energies needed to fulfill your mission. But what happens when discomfort becomes part of this journey? Discomfort is like a coded message from your higher self, signaling that something needs to change. That persistent unease, whether in your job, a relationship, or even within yourself, is a sign that you're living out of alignment with your spiritual purpose. The higher self uses these emotions as a way to push you away from what no longer serves your growth, even if it initially feels frightening. Think about how a caterpillar must feel before transforming into a butterfly. Before it can fly, it goes through a period of total discomfort in its cocoon. Similarly, when you feel stuck or trapped in a repetitive cycle, it's the universe urging you to expand. For example, if a job no longer brings you joy or challenges, it might be time to explore new paths. Meditate on what truly resonates with your essence and take small steps to change your reality. Embracing discomfort as an invitation to grow is the first step to accepting your transformation. When you start seeing these feelings not as enemies but as guides, you'll discover the strength to break cycles and align yourself with higher energies. However, to face these changes with courage, it's crucial to strengthen your connection with the higher self, and spiritual practices play a fundamental role in this journey. The connection to the higher self doesn't happen automatically. It needs to be cultivated. Spiritual practices like meditation, journaling, or even reading esoteric texts such as the Kybalion or the Gnostic Gospels can unlock higher levels of consciousness. These habits help quiet the noise of the mind and create space for the messages of the higher self to be perceived with clarity. It's like tuning an antenna to capture the right frequency. The more you practice, the clearer the transmission becomes. Meditation, for example, doesn't require complex techniques. Simply sit in silence, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As your mind slows down, you may feel insights emerging or even a sense of peace that reconnects you to your spiritual purpose. Another powerful tool is journaling. Write about your dreams, intuitions, and emotions. Over time, you'll see patterns revealing hidden messages and the steps needed for your transformation. If you prefer a more structured approach, explore traditions like Hermeticism, which teach the fundamental principles of energy and vibration. Joining groups or courses related to esotericism can also deepen your sensitivity to energies and facilitate this connection. When you strengthen this bond, you'll realize that the answers to your greatest questions have always been within you. Sometimes, these answers even begin to emerge in dreams or astral experiences. Dreams are more than disjointed stories that arise during sleep. They are portals of communication between you and the higher self, filled with symbols carrying important messages. Have you ever had a dream so vivid that you woke up feeling there was something to decipher? These are calls from the spiritual realms, guiding you toward alignment with your cosmic mission. Keeping a dream journal by your bed and writing down everything you remember immediately is an essential practice for interpreting these signs. Beyond dreams, astral experiences take you to dimensions where the spiritual connection is even more intense. During these experiences, which occur in states of deep relaxation or advanced meditation, you may feel an expansion of consciousness that seems to transcend the physical world. It's as if the barriers of reality disappear, allowing the higher self to reveal truths your waking mind cannot yet comprehend. Exploring techniques like guided visualizations can help you access these experiences more frequently. And don't worry if you don't always understand the immediate meaning of these experiences. The symbols in dreams and the lessons from astral journeys have a peculiar way of revealing themselves at the right time, like pieces of a puzzle. All you need to do is stay attentive, record, and reflect. Over time, you'll notice that these messages align directly with your intuition, which incidentally is the topic we'll explore next. Intuition is one of the most powerful tools the higher self uses to communicate with you. It's that almost inexplicable feeling of knowing what to do or where to go, even when logic suggests otherwise. Have you noticed how, in decisive moments, a gut feeling leads you to make a decision that turns out to be the best? That's your higher self guiding you, aligning your sensitivity with the vibrations of your spiritual purpose and showing you the ideal path. Trusting intuition may seem challenging at first, especially if you're used to relying solely on reason. But you can strengthen this ability by practicing small exercises daily. Before making simple decisions, such as which route to take or which task to start, pause for a few seconds and ask yourself what feels right. By doing this, you'll start noticing patterns in the signals your intuition provides. The more you trust it, the clearer and more reliable this inner voice becomes. Remember, intuition is not just about immediate choices. It's also a beacon for major changes. Sometimes it may appear as a persistent idea or an inexplicable desire to follow a new path. The more you listen to this voice, the more connected you feel to your cosmic mission and the better you understand the energies around you. And speaking of which, there's a growing sensitivity that naturally arises when your vibration begins to change. As you align with the higher self, something curious happens. Your sensitivity to the energies around you increases dramatically. Places that once seemed neutral may start to feel heavy or welcoming, depending on their vibration. Have you ever felt a change in the atmosphere upon entering a space or being near certain people? This perception is no coincidence. It reflects your spiritual growth, making you more aware of the vibrations surrounding your journey. This sensitivity is a valuable tool for discerning what is or isn't aligned with your spiritual purpose. For instance, if an activity or environment constantly leaves you feeling drained or anxious, it might be time to assess whether it's in tune with your energies. Try cleansing these vibrations with simple practices like herbal baths, meditation, or even organizing your physical space. Small actions like these help restore balance and protect your elevated vibration. Moreover, this newfound perception of energies can bring challenges. It's not always easy to deal with the emotional overload that comes from absorbing what's around you. But by embracing this sensitivity, you'll discover how it also strengthens your intuition and your connection to the higher self. The more attentive you are to these vibrations, the more you'll understand how everything around you is interconnected. After all, every experience is a step toward your spiritual growth and transformation. Now that you understand how the higher self constantly sends signals and guides your journey, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Are you ready to pay closer attention to synchronicities, trust your intuition, and embrace discomfort as part of growth? Transformation begins the moment you decide to act. Small steps, like recording your dreams or meditating, can mark the beginning of a deeper connection with your cosmic mission. Think about it. How many times have you ignored a hunch or dismissed a sign that seemed insignificant? Now that you know what you do, how would your life change if you started aligning your actions with these messages? The change is in your hands, and the time to start is now. Your higher self is waiting for you, ready to guide you towards spiritual alignment and the purpose you were born to fulfill. If this content resonated with you, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to continue learning about how to unlock your spiritual potential. And don't forget to share your experiences with synchronicities and intuitions in the comments. I want to know how the higher self is working in your life. See you in the next video.